Do you see, my friend? I got a bogus ticket for having tinted windows that my stepmom put on this car. And there was two police officers while I was getting gas, and they were just watching me, waiting for me to leave the gas station. And they got behind me. I knew they were going to throw the lights on, so I pulled over before they can. And they tried to go through my information, and then they wound up giving me a ticket, a bullshit ticket for my tinting on the windows. But my tinting on my windows, I'm sure, was legal. And they didn't test it. They didn't do anything. They had two fucking people for that, and that really bothered me. So I decided to call the Redlands PD over there and see if they would come and give a ticket to a guy that parked in front of the house with more tinting than I had on my window, which is common. In fact, I started counting them on the freeway, and I think I counted 6 cars with far more tinting than I had before I saw one that didn't have any tinting at all. So I am going to let you listen to the phone call that I made over there. Where are they answering? We got 2 units over here.
Redlands, please?
Yes, I think I'm going to need 2 units over here.
Where are you and what's going on?
I'm on Dearborn at Christopher, and there's a car parked here, a truck, a Silverado Chevy, and he has tinted windows. He has tinted windows. I know they had 2 units to pull me over when I had some tinted windows, so this guy's just sitting here. And he has.
We're not going to send officers out for just that. If they get pulled over for that, that's fine. But we're going to just go change the
They didn't pull me over for that. They got 2 units because they saw me driving my car, and then they said that it was because I had tinted windows. So I'm letting you know this guy has tinted. They're really tinted over here. You need to get.
Well, we're not going to send an officer over.
That's not fair. You need to get him over here. I'm telling you, he's got.
Yeah, no, sir. We won't be doing that for a traffic violation like that. The officer has to pull someone over for that. We don't just send people out because someone has tinted windows.
But they sent 2 units after me. Do you see what I'm saying? 2 units, not just one. 2 people don't pull a guy over when he's driving. This was 2 units came after me. Do you see over there? 2 units. That means that they sent an extra guy just because another guy saw me driving.
We always send people to help on traffic stops.
Yeah, but they didn't. My tinted windows were not illegal, and they didn't test them. They made me go to court and pay $25, and my tinted windows were legal. And they took my money, and so if you can take my money, then you got to get over here and give this guy a ticket before he leaves.
No, we won't be. That's not how it works, sir. We will not be sending anyone.
That's not fair. You're not treating me fairly under the law. Equal treatment under the law is the law. You know that, right?
Okay, so if he ends up getting pulled over or anything, but we don't send people out just for stuff like that.
But they did me because I was getting gas. Right before they pulled me over, I was at the service station getting gas, and they got 2 units. They got 2 units.
That happens sometimes,
But I was getting gas, and they...
Yeah, we don't just go out because someone says that people have tinted windows.
But I was at the service station. I wasn't even driving. I was at the service station. They got 2 units sitting there right there waiting for me to pull onto the street.
Okay.
And that was because of my tinted windows. And I had to go to court. Do you see over there? I almost went to prison. But they dismissed the charge. I gave $25.
Hey, sir, is there anything else I can help you with?
I want this guy to get a ticket right now. I want him to get a ticket.
We won't be doing that.
I want to get a ticket.
That's not how it works.
Well, I'm going to get mad at his car. I'm going to get mad. Is that okay if I get mad and break his... Can I break his windows?
Sir, now you're on a recorded line saying you're going to vandalize something. You need to mind your business.
I'm asking you if I can break it. I want to ask you, can I break his windows? Is that okay?
No.
They have tinting. They have tinting on them.
Step away.
But they have tinting. They have tinting. Can I break them?
Sir.
It's a safety. It's a safety violation.
You need to mind your own business.
It's a safety violation.
And leave these people alone.
They might crash. They might cause an accident with those tinting.
Sir?
They might cause an accident. It's unsafe. It's unsafe, ma'am. I'm trying to be a safe citizen. They might cause an accident. I just can't let it go because they pulled me over, and I know there's...
Well, you need to let it go because at this point, we're not sending anyone out. We don't take it. That's not how tickets work.
But he might be a child molester. What if you got to get his information?
Sir, we don't play the what-if game here, okay? You need to stop, and you need to go about your day.
Well, can I tell him? Can I tell him it's against the law to have
No,
the tinting?
you don't need to be harassing people.
Can I just tell
You
him?
need to go mind.
Can I warn him?
You need to go mind your business.
Can I warn him that he might get a ticket?
No, do not him. No.
Can I just say
You don't need to.
you might get a
Sir,
ticket?
Stop.
Can I just warn him that he might get a ticket?
This is ridiculous.
Can I
don't
just
know what
warn?
the issue is, but you need to stop.
Well, he's might get a ticket, then he'll have to go to court. I could help him.
That is his problem.
Could I warn him?
No.
I can't warn him that he might get a
You
ticket?
are an adult, sir. You need to be an adult. You're acting like a child at this point. You need to mind your
Well,
business.
I want to
Go
be.
about your day.
I want to be a child because I'm old. Do you see what I'm saying?
Sir, I don't care. You need to stop, and you need to leave these people alone.
But they're
You don't
having
harass
fun.
Anybody.
They're having fun over there, and they're not even worried about their windows. I had to worry about going to court for 4 months. I was worried. I was stressing out.
So that is.
I was stressing out. I was stressing out for 4 months about having to go to court because I thought I might miss it.
That is not this person's problem.
Yeah, but what if I got to
That's not
court
this
late?
person's problem.
If I went to court, I'd get a failure to appear, and then they might arrest me and tow my car. I was stressing for 4 fucking months.
Okay, sir, you need to stop. At this point, it doesn't matter. You need to stop, leave everyone alone. You need to walk away or go home, whatever. Stop.
Well, I'm going to call my congressman about this one. I'm going to call my congressman because that's unfair. Donald Trump.
You can do that, sir.
Donald Trump is going to have you deported. Okay? Be aware.
Okay, sir.
ICE is coming after you. Okay?
Okay.
Thank
All right,
you.
sir.